Our next topic is chromatic polynomial. So to know about chromatic polynomial, so you have to give answer of some 2-3 questions. So my first question is, how can we paint a graph with two vertices using one color? So can we paint a graph which is having two vertices using single color only? So it is not possible. So how can we paint a graph with two vertices using two colors? That the colors are red and blue. So yes, it is possible. So there are two ways. So you can use this combination red blue, or you can use this blue red combination. Now can we paint a graph with two vertices using three colors red, blue and green? So here you have to see, this question is not to optimize the number of colors. So there could be more colors, more than required. So for coloring two vertices, I think two colors are sufficient. But here three colors are provided: red, blue and green. But requirement is two. So these two can be selected out of three. Using these three ways, we can take red, blue, we can take red and green, or blue and green. And then we can use this combination as we have seen in this step: red, blue and blue, red. So in all there are 6 ways. The question could be to paint a graph with two vertices using 5 colors, using 6 colors, or more number of colors. So chromatic polynomial. So it is not a chromatic number, it is more than that. So what is chromatic polynomial? So chromatic polynomial is simply a general expression to find the number of ways to color the vertices when sufficient number of colors are available. So sufficient means more than required. If chromatic number is 5, so then so the provided colors are 6, 7. That is the sufficient number of colors. So chromatic polynomial is a general expression to find number of ways to color the vertices when sufficient number of colors are available. So let me define this chromatic polynomial in a formal way. So chromatic polynomial, so it is defined by this expression. So if lambda is number of colors, n is number of vertices, then this p n lambda. So it is written by this summation I from 1 to n ci. Then it is lambda I, this bracket. So it is a notation which is used for lambda ci. So summation ci and lambda ci. So combination of I terms out of lambda. So from this permutation combination concept, so it is this notation lambda ci. So that means this p n lambda, so it is c1 lambda c1, c2 lambda c2, c3 lambda c3, so till we reach cn lambda ci. Now the point is, what are these ci's? So these ci's are going to play a major role in the evaluation of p n lambda. Only these are to be evaluated. Otherwise lambda c1 is known, lambda c2 is known, lambda c3 is known, lambda cn. So only these ci's are to be evaluated. So what are these ci's? So ci's gives the number of ways of properly coloring the graph using exactly I colors. So it is not vertices, it is using I colors. So C1 is the number of ways in which we can paint the graph using one color. C3 is number of ways in which we can color the vertices using 3 colors. Cn means a graph with n vertices and number of ways in which we can paint this graph using n number of vertices. So p and lambda, so it is given by this expression. So this expression is called chromatic polynomial. So let me apply this expression for finding p and lambda, or for finding this chromatic polynomial for the last question. So in last question I am taking this side. So my total number of vertices were 2. So number of vertices are 2. That means lambda n is equal to 2. So total provided colors. So these colors were 3. So I am using a general number for this. So lambda is there. Finally we will put lambda equal to 3. But for these calculations I am retaining it as a lambda. Now if I see this expression p and lambda, so I is ranging from 1 to n. So this n, so n is number of vertices or number of colors, that is the main point. So n is not number of colors, n is number of vertices. So vertices are 2, that means it contains only 2 terms. Number of vertices are 5, it contains 5 terms. So P2 lambda. So P2 lambda is C1 lambda C1 and then C2 lambda C2. C1. So what is C1? So C1 is in how many ways we can paint the vertices of a graph with 2 vertices. So it is not possible. So C1 is equal to 0. And then how can we paint a graph with 2 vertices with 2 colors? So it is 2. So C2 is equal to 2. So C1 is 0, C2 is equal to 2, then we are filling this lambda C2, so we have obtained this expression lambda into lambda minus 1 or lambda square minus lambda. So it is a polynomial in terms of lambda and it is called chromatic polynomial. It is a general polynomial in terms of lambda. So if lambda was 3, so lambda 3, that means 3 into 2, so it is equal to 6. And we can see in last question also, so we obtained this number to be 6 without using any formula. Similarly, if more number of colors are there, so 4 colors are there, 5 colors are there, so we can put lambda equal to 5, lambda equal to 4, and we can find the different number of ways. So before going into next question, I'm just want to freeze 3 terms. So 3 terms is first expression for chromatic polynomial, and next is there are 2 thumb rules. So these thumb rules are C1 is equal to 0, Cn is equal to n factorial. So first, number 1, this chromatic polynomial. Rule number 2, 2 values. So what are those 2 values? So these values are C1 is always equal to 0. So whenever number of vertices are more than 1, because whenever for a connected graph, number of vertices are more than 1, we require more than 1 color. So that means it is not possible to paint that graph with 1 color only. So C1 is always equal to 0, and Cn is in how many ways we can paint the graph with n vertices using n colors. So it is simply a question of your permutation combination. First vertex can be assigned n colors. So with the use of 1 color, so for second position we are left with n minus 1 colors. So likewise, so it moves like n, n minus 1, n minus 2, and finally 1. So it becomes n factorial. So first formula, then second is C1 0, Cn equal to n factorial, and the third thumb rule is the value of I as long as I is less than the chromatic number. See, what was the meaning of chromatic number? So chromatic number was the minimum number required to paint the vertices. So that means if suppose we are talking about a graph whose chromatic number is 7. So chromatic number is 7 means C1, C2, C3, C4, C5, C6, all these are going to be 0. So there is no way to paint these vertices. So whenever your I is less than chromatic number, that Ci is always equal to 0. So with these 3 thumb rules, so we are going to solve next 2 or 3 problems. So first question is, find the chromatic polynomial for K4. N is equal to 4. So first rule, the first rule is yes, expression for P and lambda. So here n is equal to 4. So don't substitute value of lambda even if it is provided. So P and lambda. So Ci, lambda Ci. So it is 1, 2, 3 and 4. Yes, it is obtained. Then thumb rule 2. So what was thumb rule 2? That C1 is equal to 0. Yes, C1 is equal to 0. And then Cn is equal to n factorial. So it is equal to n factorial. Now, do you know what is a chromatic number for K4? So K4 is a complete graph. So its painting requires at least 4 colors. So its chromatic number is 4. So for those eyes which are less than 4, so it is always equal to 0. So C2 is equal to 0, C3 is equal to 0. So that means C1 to 0, C3 0. So only one non-zero number is left and it is C4. So fill C4 equal to 4 factorial and we are getting an expression of this form. So this expression in terms of lambda of degree 4 is there. So it is chromatic polynomial for K4. So there is one more remark that is coming out of this expression. So this expression is having four zeros. It is 0 at 1, it is 0 at 2, 0 at 3, or it is 0 for lambda equal to 0. So what is meaning of these zeros? So these zeros means there is no way to paint the vertices of a graph K4 using 0, 1, 2 or 3 colors. So that means its chromatic number is more than 3 and it is non-zero for first lambda equal to 4. So its chromatic number is equal to 4. So in general, if it is a complete graph with n vertices, so we can use this expression. We can simply show its chromatic polynomial lambda, lambda minus 1, lambda 2, just moving on these lines. So it is lambda minus n minus 1. So for P4 it was up to lambda minus 3. So for Pn it is up to lambda minus n minus 1. Now we are applying this expression or this concept to find the chromatic polynomial for a complex graph. So it is a graph with 5 vertices, edges are there. Now how to find chromatic polynomial for this graph? So we have to see structure of this graph. This graph is containing 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 vertices. So 5 vertices are there. That means n is equal to 5. So Pn lambda. So Pn lambda becomes P5 lambda. So it is moving from 1 to 5 and it is Ci lambda Ci. So C1 lambda C1, C2 lambda C2, C3 lambda C3, then C4 and then C5. So these are the 5 terms. Lambda C1, lambda C2, so we don't face any problem in evaluating these expressions, but we have to evaluate these Ci's, these 5 Ci's. So it was you can say number 1. Now what is number 2? So number 2 is first coefficient is 0 and last coefficient is 5 factorial. So C1 is equal to 0, yes, and then C5 is equal to 5 factorial. Now we have to evaluate 2, 3, 4. So rule number 1, so rule number 2, so we have already used. Now what was rule number 3? So rule number 3 was those Ci's for which I is less than the chromatic number, then this value will be 0. That means we have to find the chromatic number of this graph. So if we see structure of this graph, there are 3 triangles and we know a triangle requires 3 colors to paint its vertices, so that no two adjacent vertices are assigned with the same colors. So I am using these 3 colors. I am focusing on this triangle. So it is 1 color, second color and third color. So X, Y, Z. So these are 3 colors which are being used to paint this triangle. Now can we paint other 2 vertices using these 3 colors only? So then we see it is X and then this side it is Y. So this vertex, so it is connected with X and Y, but there is no connection of this vertex with this vertex, so which is being assigned Z color. So that means it can be painted with Z color. Now same is case of this. You can't assign Z color or X, but Y is there. There is no connection on this side, so it is being assigned Y color. So in all we have used only 3 colors, X, Y and Z, and we can paint all the 5 vertices. So from this number, that number is 3. So it is clear that it is not possible to paint this graph using 2 vertices, 2 colors. That means C2 is again 0. So C1 equal to 0 and C2 equal to 0. We are left with C3 and C4. So C3 means to paint all these vertices, these 5 vertices using 3 colors. So it is possible. So colors can be used in this fashion, first, second, third, or we can rotate these numbers. Means you can use your permutations. So X, Y, Z, then it could be X, Z, Y. So accordingly these two can be changed. Then it could be Y, Z, X or Y, X, Z, or Z, X, Y and Z, Y, X. So if we see there are 6 combinations. So 3 factorial. So it is coming from that permutation combination rule. So 3 colors are to be used and they can be permuted in these 3 factorial ways. So C3 is equal to 3 factorial. Then is the number C4. So this C4, so it is the main turning point of this question. So I want to make this statement. It is very difficult to find Ci whenever your I lies between chromatic number and number of vertices. So its chromatic number is 3, number of vertices are 5, so it is C4. So we have to apply lots of permutation combination for finding this C4. So C4 means we can use 4 number of colors, and the job is to find number of ways to paint these vertices using 4 colors. But if we see the concept of chromatic number, our required number is 3 only, so we can paint using 3 vertices only, but flexibility is there, so we can use 4 colors. So now how to find number of ways? So we have to make certain algorithm. So that algorithm starts from in how many ways we can select the bare minimum number out of the given number. That means the given number is 4 and the requisite number is 3. So in how many ways 3 elements can be selected out of 4 elements? So that is your combination. So it is 4C3. That means 4 ways. Even you can verify. If there are 4 colors X, Y, Z, W, we have to select 3 colors. So these are the 4 available options. So X, Y, Z, X, Y, W, Y, Z, W, and X, Z. So that means out of 4 colors. So then first is 4 ways. Out of these 4 ways, so when we are using X, Y, Z option, so it is X, this term is Y, and this term is Z. So as we have seen in this step, so this X, Y, Z can be permuted in 3 factorial ways. So corresponding to every X, Y, Z, there are 3 factorial. Similarly for X, Y, W, there are 3 factorial. So 3 factorial to every combination. So it is 4 into 3 factorial, 24 ways for coloring the graph with 3 vertices from the 4 colors provided. But it's not the final number. So there is one point in this algorithm. We are using only 3 colors X, Y, Z. So here W is free. So here Z is free. Here X is free, and here Y is free. So we have to think whether this number, this fourth color, may increase the number of cases. So like the number is, so I've already explained there are 24 ways. So after those 24 ways, so one way is X, Y, Z. I'm just showing this X, Y, Z calculations. So it is X, Y, and Z, and I've used this Z and Y. So using these 3 colors only. Now see, can we take benefit of the fourth missing color, W? I'm not interfering in these 3. So W. So W can be assigned to this, or W can be assigned to this vertex. So W can't be assigned to both the vertices. So या तो W यहाँ पे होगा, or W can be assigned to this vertex. So that means, so one combination is this shown combination, and the other is where this Z or Y, this color, one of the color may be replaced by W. That means corresponding to every base case of these 24 cases, there is one more way. So the total number of ways are 48 ways. So 24 plus 24, there are 48 ways to color the vertices of this graph using 4 colors. That was the main hurdle or main turning point in this question. So whenever your I is greater than chromatic number but less than number of vertices, so you have to apply this permutation, different permutation and combination. So C4 is 48. So up to C2 it is 0. C3 is 3 factorial. C4 is 48. C5 is 5 factorial. So we are getting an expression of this type. So this expression is its chromatic polynomial. So if lambda is 7, 8, 9, so you can find value of this. Again, you can verify for lambda equal to 1, 0, lambda equal to 2, 0, lambda 0 equal to 0. That means its chromatic number is more than 2. Now just imagine it was a graph with 5 vertices and chromatic number was 3. But always you can design a graph with chromatic number 3 and number of vertices 7 or maybe more than 7. Now just see, if the question is with 7 vertices, your I is running from 1 to 7. C1 is 0, C7 is 7 factorial. Chromatic number is 3, okay, C2 is also 0. So C1 0, C2 0, that C7, 7 factorial. But now see, C3, C4, C5, C6. So in finding C4, so we applied these many calculations. Now for finding C4, C5 or C6, so it is very difficult to find these number of ways using different rules of permutation and combination. And moreover, these numbers are graph specific. So you can't make a thumb rule for every graph. So I'm closing. I think there is no doubt in this question. So I'm closing this discussion with this statement. It is very difficult to find Ci when I is greater than the chromatic number, but it is less than the number of vertices. Now to avoid these calculations, so we can apply one theorem. That theorem I will discuss in the next lecture. So that theorem is that we can reduce this graph into complete graphs, and then for the complete graph we know the standard formula and we can use it. So chromatic polynomial for kn, and then a general question. So where we have seen, so what is the main problem in finding chromatic polynomial, and how will we can rectify this problem, that I will discuss in the next lecture. So if you have any problem, you can send your doubts to directly me, or you can send your doubts to your CR Harsima. So next lecture is probably on Thursday. Thank you.